Well, hello everybody. It's Brother Todd with your Victory Minute, and I hope y'all all having a good day out there today. Normally if you see me in this shirt or one like it, I'm usually headed to do some kind of physical work, some sort or another. But thank goodness I don't have to do that this morning. In fact, I got things to be doing today, regular things, and but I got to put on these clothes today because I'm gonna get to go play around for just a little bit, and that's what I want to talk to you about. And when I say play around, I'm gonna get to go shooting here in a little bit, and I'm getting to go shooting with my daughter. Be just me and her. And my daughter's name is Margie, and she's in her early 30s, and she's got 3 boys. And her doormat says when you walk in the door, just says, "Just so you know, there's like a lot of kids in here." And so it's always them in tow. And of course, me being Papa, whenever them kids is around, they're always clamoring for my attention and that kind of thing. But today, I'm gonna get to go and spend a little time with her, and we're gonna go shooting. And I know you're not from Texas or not from the country somewhere. You might think, well, that don't. What kind of deal is that? Well, it's a ball. So anyway, we're not gonna be shooting at anything of any significance, but we'll just be getting to have a good time and be together. The truth is, I got things to be doing right now. I got things to be doing outside of trying to get this Victory Minute done early enough, get it up to the church so I can get back and pick her up and we can go. This is a make time thing, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. To make sure you're making time for the things that really matter. We can all get so bogged down with work. We can all get so even tied up in things that we're doing in the church and things like that, that we forget sometime to make time for the little times. And it's those times where, especially when you can spend with somebody and just focus on them. That's where you really speak into things in their life. Now, I ain't studying out some word I got for my daughter today, and I doubt she's at the house thinking the same thing for me. It'll just take care of itself. It'll just be, we'll be there with each other and having a good time and laughing and going on and messing with each other about missed shots. And those are the things that they get remembered, they get carried. I used to drive the kids to school up and down these roads, and every morning we'd go and I'd take them to school. They was little kids, and then when they were teenagers, they all upset they had to get woke up and all that kind of stuff. And I'd make up songs and I'd mess with them, but I never, ever once, as far as I know, just drove to school, nothing going on, nothing to be said, me mad cause it's the morning time, or, all that kind of stuff. It's just, you get little moments, and when you get little moments, you gotta use them. You gotta play in them, you gotta speak things that matter in them. If you'll live a life where you're living and doing the important things, the big things, they'll see that. And then when you're with them, you get to play with them. And it's in that worship, work, and play that we all grow closer together. My granddaddy, y'all hear me talk about him a lot of times. I call him Papa. That's what my grandkids call me. It was all my family wanted. That's what they wanted me to be called. And it wasn't for any particular reason other than that's what we called Papa. And I've been trying to live up to them big shoes for a long time. I told my brother one day, we sitting here watching kids run all under us and around us and doing stuff. And they run off, and I looked at Troy and I said, Bubba, I said, man, I always knew Papa was a good guy, but I didn't know how good a guy he was. Troy started laughing. He said, the things that man put up with because man, we just run in the door. We thought we was always welcome. Well, why did we do that? We never even knocked. Lord help, to this day I don't knock on my grandma's door. So it all come from just knowing you was welcomed, knowing that you were a part. And the man never walked in the door. He didn't speak to every one of us. It's something I do with my grandkids, and everybody, if one of them runs up to me and the other one's sitting over there, I go to every one of them. I want to spend time with them. Me and my son, we're going to make sure we get time together. I'm going to do the same thing with my daughter, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing today. But you got to make time for it. It won't just happen. You're going to have to drop things. You're going to have to prioritize things. I've told a lot of daddies down through the years, if you will start making opportunities that spring up like emergencies, then you'll never get caught up into this, well, I never have time for me stuff. If you'll just treat them like an emergency, whether it's like I come out of the fire department, it don't matter what we was doing, when that bell hit, that's what you did now. Everything else changed. Now, I've spent almost 30 years as a pastor. I can have a plan for today, and that cell phone ring, and everything can be different. Car wreck come along, and everything is different. I see got some glare coming through there. Try to fix that for you. And it all changes. We've got a deal. I teach my staff, and everything from our pastoral staff to our admins, is that it doesn't matter what we got going on here. When we have a death in the church, then everything goes to that. Okay, it's an emergency. If you'll start treating opportunities like you got the plan, you're going to take some rest. You want to watch the big football game if you ever get to playing again, and all of a sudden your kid comes running in and he's got a kite and he wants to go fly that kite. Well, don't give them the old, well, now Daddy wants to sit here, I've been looking forward to this game, because you and I both know that game don't mean one thing at all. You're not playing in that game. You watching it. What's going to happen is going to happen. You go on ESPN, catch the rewind of it, and save yourself a lot of time anyway. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy sitting down watching a good ball game, especially if it's two really good teams and that kind of thing. But what I'm just saying is if a kid runs in the door with a fishing pole, it's a bigger thing. Make opportunities you get like an emergency. Tell you the truth, I thought we were going to do this on Friday. I had a whole other plan. Like yesterday, she's talking. Now, what time we going? I'm like, I don't know why. She goes, no, Dad, for real. If it don't rain, okay. Well, so I'll figure it out. I'll figure out a way to make it happen. Okay. You got to make time. I'll tell you something else just before I go. If you'll walk close with your family, and make sure that you're always sensitive to where they are. And to do this now, I'm just going to be honest with you, it takes a certain amount of selflessness. It can't all be about what you want to get done, what you need to say, and all that kind of stuff. But if you'll do that, you'll stay kind of in sync with them. And you can kind of tell when they need to get away, when they need some time. I grab up them grandkids. I can tell if one of them's sitting over there, maybe he's this or that. He might have him a little tough day at school or something like that. Well, Papa will get over there and grab him, start tickling on him, going, I make the whole world just what's going on with that one. If the other ones come up running, talking, I say, hold on a minute, I'm talking with this one right now, And you just got to try to help them. And now where was I going with that? Oh, yeah, if you're in sync, you'll notice when things get off. Now, this is especially true for those of you boys and girls out there that's married. Most of the time, the communication between people, the closer they are to each other, the more subtle it is. If you got to wait till your wife has got to look you in the face and say, I got to have some time away, I got to have this, I need that, then you've missed the mark. You've already missed your opportunity. You say, preacher, man, I ain't got no money. I can't do this, can't do this. I'm going to tell you something, boys. Some of the best I was going to say diets. My mind won't even let me say that word accidentally. Some of the best dates me and Misty have ever had was jump in the truck and escape to the Sonic Drive-In. Just, come on, baby, let's go. And I know if you got littler ones, that's harder to do sometimes. If you don't have, kin folks around close that you can just drop them off at. But if you can, we'll just load them up, man, jump in the truck, go to the Sonic, and just sit there. And you say, Brother Todd, why the Sonic? Because there ain't nobody else there. It's just you and whoever in the truck. And man, I'll tell you something. We've shared a deal of onion rings sometime 10 o'clock at night and have just a ball. You just got to look for it. And that's all from usually me coming in. I can tell she is wore down through. I say, come on, girl, let's go. I want to go on a date. Well, I ain't dressing for no date. You ain't got to dress up for the Sonic, girl. Go ahead and jump in the truck and just go. Just make sure you're making time for each other. Recognize their eternal moments. Guys, I'm be serious with you for just a second. Y'all don't know how many funerals I've preached. Okay? And I've heard everybody in the world say what they got to say about their loved ones and their kinfolks. And you don't have any idea how many deathbeds I've been around. I'm going to tell you something. Nobody in all my years has talked about the wealth that they're getting left. Nobody has talked about things of social significance. But I'm telling you, I've heard 1,000 fishing stories. I've heard so many times, little times, good times. Times together, that's what you hold on to. That's what you remember. My old, like I said a while ago, if you ain't never heard me talk about her, I got a mama, still alive. She's old as heels, but she's still alive. If you ever ask her around Christmas time or anything, Mama, what you want for Christmas? She'll look around at everybody and say, this is what I wanted. This is what I want. And she'll sit there and just watch, never say a word. But she'll watch this little one and that little one. And she's storing that up. Each one of them matters. And she'll do everything she can to serve you. Well, that's just somebody that recognizes what really counts. Now, I'm gonna quit rambling. I'm gonna get in this pickup truck. I'm gonna head to that church. I'm gonna drop off this little deal. I'm gonna come back down here to Rosser. I'm gonna pick my daughter up. And next thing, time you see Brother Todd, he's gonna be looking through a scope, missing what he's shooting at. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.